This is the full body activation. So to do this, you're just going to start at your ankles. We're going to do 5 each way where we're doing little circles, doing 5 reps going one way, 5 reps the other way, making sure to get into that full range in each position. We'll switch over to the other leg, doing the same thing, 5 rotations or circles one way, 5 the other way. Now we're going into the ankle plantar flexion and dorsiflexion. So you'll do 5 like you're pushing on a gas pedal and then pulling your foot up towards you. 5 of those presses, getting all the way down and all the way up. Switching over to the other leg, doing the same thing. Gas pedal down, pulling up towards you. 5 each direction. And then you'll go back to the other leg doing inversion and eversion of that ankle. So rotating out, rotating in, thinking about the bottom of your foot. And that's where you're kind of rotating through that ankle. 5 each direction, one more time. And then going to the other leg. Same thing, pushing the bottom of that foot out, bottom of the foot in. 5 each way. And then from here, we move up the chain a little bit to our hips. You're going to get into a squat position. Stay keeping your knees locked out, just going into some hip circles. So we're going around the world 5 times. Really trying to get into some of that hip extension as you bring your hips forward. And then you'll go the other way, repeating that same motion. Same idea, getting into those hip extension, shoving the butt back on the way around. 5 times. Then from here, still focusing on our hips, we're going to get into a figure 4. So for each leg, we're going to do 5, resting that ankle on one knee, single leg stance, getting into a little bit of a squat, and then coming back up. Alternating back and forth between the two. 5 each leg. Trying to get lower and lower with each squat, but nice and rhythmic. Don't try to just bounce down into the bottom of it. Should be feeling quite a bit of a stretch through your glute and a little bit of that stability work on that opposite leg that you are standing on. And then from here, we are going to do the walking quad. So for this, it's just a quad stretch. And as you go, you're going to actually walk forward, getting into that quad, just grabbing it back and forth. Once again, same thing, 5 each leg. Trying to stay relatively tall as you do this. Getting some nice big stretch through that entire length of the quad. Okay, now on to the egg beater. For this, we're bringing our hip up, kind of that 90 degree, and you're going to rotate that leg around, going 5 circles one way, just like an egg beater, 5 the other way. Getting some hip rotation, moving through that knee and hip. And then you'll go over to the other side. Hip is up, 90 degrees, going 5 one way, 5 the other way. Okay, from here, we're going a hurdle up and over. So imagine you have a hurdle to your side while you just stand beside the hurdle. You're going to lift that leg up and over, imaginary hurdle, and you're bringing it back, doing 5 each leg, really driving that hip up as high as you can and up and over that hurdle. And now you'll repeat on the other side, driving it up, rotating it out, kind of opening up your pelvis as you go. over our imaginary hurdle to our side. Five each leg in that regard as well. For arm circles, you're going to take one arm at a time, going up overhead, alternating back and forth between the two. You'll go 5 reverse, and then you'll end up going 5 forward. Getting that nice big range of motion. Try not to rotate too much through your torso where you're opening up everything. Just work through that shoulder. And now we're going 5 forward. Same exact idea, just opposite motion, getting that really big range as we work through those circles. Okay, focusing in on those shoulders a little bit more. We have the cross body arm cross. So your arms are going to be out to the side, basically just giving yourself a big hug, back and forth, getting a little bit of that retraction in those shoulders as you come back, and then wrapping around. You're doing 5 each way. And then for our overhead arms, you're going to, I already forgot what this one is. Which one is it?
Up and then back down, both arms.
Okay. Then we're going to do overhead arms going up, wanting to be a little springy with this. So as you bring it up, you want to be kind of fast, getting those fibers ready for this workout. Doing the same number, getting into those 5s, up and down. Now we kind of incorporate a little bit of everything here. We get into some windmills. So you're going to spread those legs a little bit wider. You're going to take your right arm and you're going to reach down in past that right inside knee. As you do that, you're rotating up with your left hand, creating this windmill kind of motion. You're getting a little bit of rotation through that trunk. Alternating back and forth for 5. Should be feeling a little bit of stretching through that thoracic spine as well as into those maybe adductors, groins, and kind of through those hamstrings. And then finally, for some upper body rotation, you're going to have your arms crossed. Just rotating back and forth, 5 each direction. Getting into some of that more thoracic mobility. 5 each way. For your final routine here, you're going to do some bootstrappers. 5 of these, you're getting into your squat stance. You're going to reach down, grab those boots or ankles, and you're going to sit down into your squat. Knees should be driven out to the side, and then you're just straightening them up, staying kind of down, holding onto the ankles. Doing 5 little bootstrappers. And that concludes your warm-up routine.